We chant the four great bodhisattva vows. Sentient beings are numberless. We vow to help them all. Delusions are countless. We vow to see through them all. Opportunities to awaken are infinite. We vow to embrace them all. The Buddha way is endless. We vow to embody it. So we'll start with 15 minutes of seated meditation. We chant the Gatha on opening the sutras. This Dharma, incomparably profound and minutely subtle, is rarely encountered even in hundreds of thousands of millions of ages. Now we see it, hear it, hold and maintain it. May we completely realize the true mind of all Buddhas. So tonight we are honored to have our weekly dose of Dharma from our Dharma brother, Briar Hengdal Windwalker.
So, since Unsan and I were discussing this, apparently you're familiar with one finger Zen, but are you familiar with three finger Zen? I'm going to say a verse, and that doesn't mean we're ending our meeting this evening. This is a preface to something. Life and death are of supreme importance. Time passes swiftly by and opportunities to awaken are easily lost. Strive to realize your true nature. Do not squander your time by night or day. Somehow, Bryant Johnson and I had an email discussion this week about that verse, and no one seems to remember how it got started or who asked the question. And Johnson was doing some research, and of course, it's usually attributed to Dogen. He found an interesting sutta that it may well be from. But I've been thinking a lot about that. Obviously, well, we were discussing it, and as interestingly happens at times, things follow along with that pattern. One of my employees' father passed away at the end of the week last week, and I was doing a company notice about that today and gathering information. And obviously, we've all been talking about family members and illnesses and the world. And I also came across an interesting story, and you all know by now that I love my stories. Sung San told this at one point. I don't know if it exists somewhere else, but I saw his version in a written form of a talk he gave. And he's talking about the Zen master Chunsong, who was one of our famous iconoclasts, and one day walked to the head of the hall and sat in front of the monks, said, "Buddha is a number one stupid man." And everybody just stared at him. Not something you're used to hearing in a Buddhist meditation hall. So he tried to explain because they didn't get it. And he said, everybody already has enlightenment. Nothing. And he said, why did he sit 6 years, see a star, and then get enlightened? That's stupid. If you see a star, you get enlightened now. And everybody just looked at him and they didn't understand. And where is this star? Here is the star. And they still didn't understand. They're looking for the star. What star is he talking about? The magical star. And so he slammed his Zen stick down on the floor and he yelled, "Guts!" When he did that, he woke up a dog that had been sleeping under the floor, and the dog jumped up, hit its head on the floor, and yelped. And Chun Song said, the dog is the only one here that's enlightened. Now, we could go off into discussing whether that's a reference to whether a dog has Buddha nature or not. Seems like we could disprove some theories on this, but I like this story, and I like it together with what is normally our parting words, because it is of supreme importance. And the thing about opportunities to awaken is that they're boundless. Despite our mind and what it does, it's not something that you wait to happen the next time you sit for meditation. It's not something you wait to happen the next time you're in a peaceful, quiet place. Awakening happens in a sunrise, in the star, in the death of a family member. Opportunities to awaken happen with each breath we take as we walk. But our mind, we describe it as the monkey mind. And I think of a website I saw once. I'm trying to remember. I think it was called Tumble or something. One of my children was messing with it. And it was a website search engine, and you'd hit a button and it would randomly find another website. And you'd hit a button and it would randomly find another website. And you just do this for entertainment, apparently. You just hit enter and let it click from one site to another, and maybe something's neat and maybe something's not. And at one point I caught my daughter, and she had electronic bubble wrap on the screen to the computer and was clicking and popping the bubble wrap with the mouse. So of course, since I'm a world-class butt buster, I told her she'd better off to click the X button and be done with it. But that's what we have to do with our mind if we want to take the opportunities to awaken. We're just always in that mode, like with awakening in a normal day. You hit the snooze button. 5 more minutes, Dad, I promise. 5 more minutes. We go through our days, through our lives, through decades, hitting that snooze button because later or tomorrow or next year, because right now I'm really angry and I want to cling to that anger and own it and control it and keep it here. So we have to stop. We have to allow the mud to settle. We have to take the opportunities. We have to take the moments. We have to notice the moments in order to take them. And that involves mindfulness. So while we're always talking about, okay, the sutra is great, or don't read sutras, or we practice by sitting, but don't sit, you don't get meditation and get enlightenment. It's all a practice towards creating that place where we're mindful enough to see the opportunities, where the mindfulness is in itself awakening. And then again, as with the awakening of the physical body, it's not one and done. We keep doing it. That's the practice. On the cushion, off the cushion, reading a sutra, reciting a gatha. We have to keep waking up. I can't speak to what Buddha experienced. I'm obviously not there, but for those of us still here working on it and practicing, that's the practice. To wake up wherever we are, to take the opportunity and to smile into the face of that opportunity, take a deep breath and just be awake.
Thank you, Briar. I wouldn't know about having a quiet place to sit anymore, since it often sounds like I'm sitting in the middle of the Indianapolis 500. The motorcycles seem particularly loud tonight. So we'll go back to our next 15 minutes of seated meditation. We'll chant the Mahaprajna Paramita Hridaya Sutra. Mahaprajna Paramita Hridaya Sutra Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, when practicing deeply the Prajna Paramita, perceives that all five skandhas are empty and is safe from all suffering and distress. Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. That which is form is emptiness. That which is emptiness, form. The same is true of feelings, perceptions, impulses, consciousness. Shariputra, all dharmas are marked with emptiness. They do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease. Therefore, in emptiness, no form, no feelings, perceptions, impulses, consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no color, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realm of eyes, and so forth, until no realm of mind consciousness, no ignorance, and also no extinction of it, and so forth, until no old age and death, and also no extinction of them, no suffering, no origination, no stopping, no path, no cognition, also no attainment, with nothing to attain. The bodhisattva depends on prajna paramita, and the mind is no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist. Far apart from every perverted view, one dwells in nirvana. In the three worlds, all Buddhas depend on prajna paramita and attain anuttara samyak sambodhi. Therefore know that prajna paramita is the great transcendent mantra, is the great bright mantra, is the utmost mantra, is the supreme mantra, which is able to relieve all suffering and is true, not false. So proclaim the prajna paramita mantra. Proclaim the mantra which says gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisvaha gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisvaha gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisvaha. Recently, we've been dedicating merit to those who could possibly use some. So I have a couple of people to add, and then if anybody wants to add something, feel free to do that. All sentient beings are one seamless body and pass quickly from birth to death. We remember those who cared for us and are gone, those who are ill, those who are at war, who are hungry, and who are in pain. May they heal and have peace. We would especially dedicate our service to Barry, Mike Gingy Wood, would you like to add anyone now?
Manuri,
Anyone else?
My parents.
All beings in the 10 directions subject to the greed, hatred, and delusion of themselves and others. All Buddhas throughout time and space, all honored ones, Bodhisattva, Mahasattvas, wisdom beyond wisdom, Mahaprajna Paramita. Briar, would you like to take us out to this evening?
Life and death are of supreme importance. Time passes swiftly by and opportunities to awaken are easily lost. Strive to realize your true nature. Do not squander your time by night or day.
Thanks. I'll extinguish the candles and then we could have our Dharma chat. So, thank you for coming, everyone. It was as good as usual.